I am Natasha Busst, and this is Nightline. The top stories. BN retains Ayer Kuning state seat with increased majority. And JDT defends Malaysia Cup title. Barisan Nasional defended the Ayer Kuning state seat after its candidate Muhammad Yusri Bakir secured victory in a three-cornet contest on Saturday. According to the official by-election results, Yusri won the seat with an increased majority of 5,006 votes. Yusri garnered a total of 11,065 votes, defeating his closest rival from Perikatan Nasional, Abdul Muhaimin Malik, who obtained 6,059 votes, while Parti Sosialis Malaysia PSM candidate KS Bawani received only 1,106 votes. The official results were announced by the returning officer, Ahmad Redauddin Ahmad Shokori, at Dewan Merdeka Tapah. According to the Election Commission, EC, the voter turnout for the by-election stood at 58.07%. A total of 31,281 voters were involved in the voting process. The by-election was held following the death of the assemblyman, the late Isham Shahrudin, who suffered a heart attack while participating in a football tournament in Pulau Pinang on February 22nd. In the 15th general election, Isham, representing BN, won the seat with a majority of 2,213 votes, securing 9,088 votes in a five-cornered contest. Meanwhile, BN chairman Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said that the larger majority achieved by the coalition in the Ayer Kuning by-election is a strong indication that the unity government is accepted by voters.
Ini adalah petanda kepada dokongan kepada kerajaan perpaduan yang telah diwujudkan di negeri Perak. Artinya sokongan pada Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Sarani, dan ini juga merupakan satu manifestasi yang cukup jelas sokongan kepada kerajaan madani yang dipimpin oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim.
Zahid, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, said this at the Bagan Datuk Member of Parliament's Aidilfitri Open House on Saturday night. He also conveyed his appreciation to the BN election machinery as well as to members of the unity government for their efforts in securing victory in the by-election. At a press conference, the newly elected Ayer Kuning State Assemblyman has pledged his commitment to fulfilling all promises outlined in BN's manifesto in the by-election. Yusri also stressed that he will do his best to ensure that every plan is realised for the benefit of the people in the constituency.
InsyaAllah apa yang kita tawarkan, kita tekad dan tawarkan dalam manifesto itu, insyaAllah kita akan usahakan sehingga mencapai tahap yang baiklah untuk keselesaan dan kebaikan penduduk di kawasan terutamanya Dun Ayer Kuning ini.
The Prime Minister has expressed his deepest appreciation to all members of the Royal Malaysian Navy, RMN, for their invaluable service and sacrifices in safeguarding the nation's maritime security. Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said that for more than 9 decades, the RMN has demonstrated unwavering commitment, discipline and professionalism in defending Malaysia's maritime sovereignty. In a post on his Facebook account on Saturday, Anwar highlighted that the resilience and fighting spirit of RMN personnel form the nation's front line in maintaining peace and security. He also prayed for the continued progress of the RMN to continue advancing, hoping it would be further strengthened with current technology and expertise and continue to be a respected naval force in the region. Navy Chief Admiral Datuk Dr. Zulhelmi Ithnain earlier announced that the 91st RMN Day celebration at the Lumut Naval Base on Sunday will be held moderately. This is out of respect for last year's tragedy, which saw 2 RMN helicopters collide during a rehearsal, resulting in the deaths of 10 personnel. This year's celebration carries the theme Mighty RMN, Sovereignty Preserved. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has called for the diversification of downstream rubber products to help stabilize prices in the local market. He said that the measure is important in the long term as it can contribute to reducing smallholders' dependence on government price controls. According to Zahid, the initiative must be led by the Rubber Industry Smallholders Development Authority, RISDA, and is crucial for ensuring sustained demand for rubber-based products.
Produk yang dikeluarkan daripada getah scrap iaitu biofuel yang menyerupai diesel dan juga petrol. Dan ini harus diperkembangkan lagi dan harus mendapat pengiktirafan dari badan-badan piawaian.
He said this to reporters after officiating the RISDA Madani Northern Zone Carnival 2025 in Bagan Datuk, Perak on Saturday. Zahid, who is also the Rural and Regional Development Minister, added that the initiative will not only increase RISDA's income but also enable the distribution of dividends to smallholders from the sale of treated rubber wood without solely relying on government assistance. Telecommunications companies must improve their service quality, particularly in areas with high tourist traffic. Communications Minister Datuk Fahmi Fazil said they need to take immediate action to ensure the success of Visit Malaysia Year 2026.
Kita ingin memberi fokus dan memastikan para pelancong yang datang juga sempena Visit Malaysia Year 2026 akan dapat memanfaatkan internet yang laju.
Fahmi said this after conducting a site visit to the Sepilo Orangutan Rehabilitation Centre and the Rainforest Discovery Centre in Sandakan to check internet coverage at these tourist spots. In the first quarter of this year, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, conducted 1,257 service quality tests nationwide. Between 2023 and 2024, a total of 46 penalties were issued to service providers, amounting to 6.55 million ringgit in fines for non-compliance. The Health Ministry is monitoring developments related to the prices of medical devices and medicines following the United States' imposition of retaliatory tariffs. Its Minister, Datuk Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, said that although US President Donald Trump had stated that the pharmaceutical sector would be exempted from the tariffs, there are concerns that unexpected announcements may still arise.
Asalnya, Trump katakan bahawa dia beri exemption kepada pharmaceutical, tetapi nampak mungkin tidak begitu juga. So, berapa tarif yang akan dikenakan itu belum dapat secara lebih teliti, lebih khusus. Ya, Trump ni memanglah ya, tidak ada yang predictable. Ya, the only predictable thing about Trump is his unpredictability.
Dr. Zulkifli said this at an event in Kota Baru, Kelantan on Saturday. At the same time, his ministry is also exploring alternative markets such as China and India to ensure the continued supply of medical products in Malaysia. On another matter, Dr. Zulkifli expressed his support for the decision by Terengganu and Perlis to ban the sale of electronic cigarette and vape products in their respective states. A similar ban on the sale of vape products is already in effect in Johor and Kelantan. The rise in promiscuous sexual activity among university and school students has resulted in a growing number of teenagers being infected with HIV. Even more alarming, some of the reported cases involve individuals as young as 13 years old. Malaysian AIDS Council MAC and Malaysian AIDS Foundation MAF Honorary Secretary Dr. Zaitun Yahaya said those aged between 20 and 29 accounted for 44% of individuals detected with HIV. As for school students aged 13 and 19, 4% were confirmed to have contracted HIV, with the majority infected through sexual activity.
Golongan remaja lah, kebanyakan remaja yang very young age, macam lepasan sekolah, after uni, kebanyakan the young people lah, okay, young people yang didn't know the risk but they get involved with high risk behaviour lah.
According to the latest statistics from the Health Ministry, a total of 135,035 HIV patients have been recorded from 1986 to 2023, with 54,365 cases resulting from sexual transmission. At the same time, cases of HIV infection resulting from drug injections have shown a declining trend thanks to the awareness campaigns that have been carried out. Malaysia has made significant progress in research on quality eye care and related diseases. The National Eye Survey conducted in 2023 reported a reduction in the prevalence of blindness nationwide. According to the Prime Minister's wife, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, who is also a qualified ophthalmologist, the study showed a decline in the rate of blindness in the eastern regions, including the state of Sarawak.
The latest National Eye Survey 3 in 2023 reported a dramatic reduction in the prevalence of blindness in earmarked regions in our country, from 1.6% to 0.8% in the eastern regions of Peninsula, and from 2.1% to 0.6% in Sarawak.
The Bandar Tun Razak Member of Parliament added that the responsibility of ensuring eye health in the country must be shouldered by all parties. The National Eye Database, NED, established in 2022, also plays a role in empowering ophthalmologists to make evidence-based decisions aimed at improving continuous treatment outcomes. Earlier, Dr. Wan Azizah officiated the Malaysian Ophthalmology Scientific Congress, MOSC 2025, in the capital. At the same event, she was also presented with the 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award in Ophthalmology.
Kita minta dalam perjanjian itu mestilah ada kata persetujuan bersama.
Isu Kampung Sungai Baru, yang mana fakta, yang mana auta.
Kami tidak menolak pembangunan. Pembangunan itu biarlah buah pembangunan yang lestari.
Apakah penyelesaiannya? Saksikan secara eksklusif dalam podcast utama Buletin TV3 bersama Ahli Parlimen Titiwangsa Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani di semua platform media sosial Buletin TV3 dan saluran Radio Cool 101.
Women detained for driving against traffic. This and more from the local front when we come back.
Selamat Hari Raya. Kita nak pop, 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 meriah satu kampung pop, pop, pop. Kita kasih Rio sampai besok. Kasih pop, pop, raya pop, pop.
Macam nak tengok video penuh? Saksikan video muzik Raya Pop Pop ditonton. Pop Pop. Hai Pop.
Kalau kita sama-sama, tak ada siapa berani hadap kita.
Saya rasa ini filem Syafiq Yusof yang terbaik setakat ni.
Plot twist dia. Menarik. Dalam Malaysia belum pernah lagi kau nampak cerita yang letup. Banyak, memang banyak.
They have a lot of metaphor in this movie. Brothers sentiasa ada belakang brothers. 70,000 per 10 lah.
Banyak per 10, 50 per 10.
Dia abang aku, guys. Haris suruh aku apa?
Macam nak tengok video penuh? Saksikan video muzik Raya Pop Pop ditonton. Pop Pop. Hai Pop.
Sekarang kan tengah musim hujan dan banjir. Jika anda tidak mampu menyelamatkan masa banjir, carilah bantuan daripada pihak yang pakar dalam kerja menyelamat. Jangan bahayakan diri anda. Fikir sebelum bertindak. Anda mampu menyelamatkan nyawa.
Ya Allah, Tuhanku, kuatkanlah semangatku, Ya Allah. Aku dah reda dengan ujian ini. Dan kuatlah semangatku, panjanglah umurku. Dia akan gugur. Ni dah tulang dah, tinggal tulang dah ni. Dah ketuk macam tu, macam batu lah. Dia tunggu gugur je. Jatuh ni, tak ada jari lah.
Bila kita sebut tentang hajat, sudah pasti apa sahaja yang kita minta mendatangkan kebaikan kepada diri kita.
Kenapa kita perlu berdoa sekiranya semua sudah tertulis?
Ada takdir-takdir yang telah disebutkan oleh ulama yang boleh merubah atas usaha kita.
Jadi rumusan ringkasnya, kita perlu ada satu denyutan getaran, yakni merasai penguasaan Allah untuk melahirkan ketakwaan yang tinggi kepada Ilahi.
Tanyalah Ustaz, minggu ini, Isnin, mudahnya berterima kasih. Selasa, air dan penyuciannya. Rabu, kuat demi redanya. Khamis, ujian tanda sayang. Jumaat, doa membawa perubahan. Sabtu, Ya'juj Ma'juj dan tembok Zulkarnain. Ahad, bantu sekadar mampu. Tanyalah Ustaz, biar tahu jangan keliru di TV3 dan TV9. Stream juga melalui Tonton.
Welcome back. In Sarawak, police have detained 6 men to assist with investigations into the fatal shooting of a man in Kuning early on Saturday morning. All 6 suspects, aged between 26 and 45, were nabbed at different locations around the city between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Padawan Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Irwan Hafiz Muhammad Radzi stated that initial investigations revealed that all the suspects were part of a group involved in the shooting. He added that the case was solved in less than 12 hours and all the suspects will be remanded to assist in the investigation under the Penal Code for murder. Police also seized a car and a pistol along with 10 rounds of ammunition. In the 5:30 a.m. incident, the 34-year-old victim was a passenger in the front seat of a car traveling along Jalan Stephen Yong Link when he was struck by 2 gunshots, one to his head and another to his right arm. Police were alerted to the incident after 2 of the victim's friends brought him to the Batu Kawa police. In Johor, a woman was arrested after she was caught driving recklessly against the flow of traffic near a school in Segamat. The incident was captured on a vehicle's dashboard camera and the video clip went viral after it was uploaded to social media on Friday. It is believed that the driver committed the offence near Sekolah Kebangsaan Bukit Hampar. The suspect, who is in her 40s, was detained on the same day by the Segamat Police District Headquarters Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Division. District Police Chief Superintendent Ahmad Zamri Marinsah said that the woman had no criminal record and tested negative for drugs. The case is being investigated under the Road Transport Act. In Negeri Sembilan, an incident involving a lorry which lost control and skidded at a traffic light junction near Jalan Nilai Labu on Friday is believed to have been caused by brake failure. The speeding lorry, which was carrying a load of gravel, failed to stop in time and crashed into a car coming from the right. Nilai Police Chief Superintendent Abdul Malik Hashim said the lorry was driven by a man in his 30s who lost control of the vehicle before it skidded and overturned while making a left turn. The lorry driver sustained a head injury and was treated at Tuanku Jaafar Hospital in Seremban, while the driver of the car escaped unharmed. The case is being investigated under the Road Transport Act for careless and inconsiderate driving. An African national was found carrying 2 sharp weapons, including a meat-cutting knife, during an immigration raid in Nilai, Negeri Sembilan. He was among 49 individuals detained during the operation, which targeted the residential and business premises of foreigners in Desa Palma. In the 3-hour operation on Friday night, a total of 260 foreign nationals were inspected by authorities. The Nigerian male suspect was spotted on the street before being stopped and found carrying 2 knives in the pockets of his trousers.
Dia kata dokumennya ada di rumah, tapi kita akan buat semakan seterusnya walau bagaimanapun sebab kita dapati dia melakukan kesalahan membawa senjata tajam, kita masih tertahan untuk siasatan selanjutnya lah.
The undocumented migrants, aged between 20 and 60, comprised 44 men and 5 women from Indonesia, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, India, Vietnam, Pakistan, Nigeria, China, and Yemen. Some of the foreign nationals attempted to escape, hid themselves, and refused to cooperate by keeping their doors closed in an effort to evade arrest. All those detained were taken to the Lenggeng Immigration Detention Depot for investigation and further action. 4 killed after massive port explosion. The details when Nightline returns.
Kita nak pop, 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 meriah satu kampung pop, pop, pop. Kita kasih Rio sampai besok. Kasih pop, pop, raya pop, pop, pop.
Kalau kita sama-sama, tak ada siapa berani hadap kita. Aku, Gas. Haris suruh aku apa?
Kita nak pop, 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 meriah satu kampung pop, pop, pop. Kita kasih Rio sampai besok. Kasih pop, pop, raya pop, pop, pop.
Wanita hari ini. Dari dapur untuk wanita.
Inspirasi dapur panas digital membantu wanita dalam mengubah ekonomi mereka.
Asam pedas menu kegemaran ramai.
Kita bawakan anda asam pedas telur ikan masin, asam pedas tulang dan macam-macam lagi.
Kenapa perlu mencapar?
Perlu ke mencari publicity untuk lebih dikenali?
Dari dulu hingga ke sekarang banyak untuk dikongsikan.
Dari zaman nenek sehinggalah sekarang.
Hidup sebagai suami isteri tapi rasa terasing.
Hei, kata sayang kenapa boleh berlaku?
Semuanya di WHI TV3
dan stream sekarang ditonton.
Wanita hari ini.
Selamat Hari Raya. Kita nak pop, 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 meriah satu kampung pop, pop, pop. Kita kasih Rio sampai besok. Kasih pop, pop, raya pop, pop.
Macam nak tengok video penuh, saksikan video muzik Raya Pop Pop ditonton. Pop Pop. Hai Pop.
Ya Allah Tuhanku, kuatkanlah semangatku ya Allah. Aku dah berada dengan ujian ini dan kuatlah semangatku, panjanglah umurku. Dia akan gugur. Ni dah pulang dah, tinggal terus pulang dah ni. Dah ketuk macam tu, macam batu lah. Dia tunggu gugur je. Jatuh ni tak ada jari lah.
Kerap berus gigi tapi nafas masih berbau.
Kalau makanan yang banyak yang bergula dan giginya banyak rosak, karies itu sendiri penuh dengan bakteria dan boleh mengeluarkan certain bau.
Kenalan menjauhkan diri. Semuanya dek bau yang kurang menyenangkan.
Sebab ada kuman yang mengeluarkan bahan yang kita panggil sulfur. Jadi sulfur kita memang tahu ada bau dia.
Rahsia atasi mulut berbau. Perbincangannya dalam Hello Doktor, Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3 dan stream juga melalui tonton.
News from the foreign front. A simplified ceremony for the late Pope Francis concluded at the Vatican on Saturday with more than 250,000 mourners in attendance. The funeral, which took place in St. Peter's Square and lasted about 2 hours, was punctuated with an elaborate set of rituals. It came 6 days after the first Latin American pontiff made his final public appearance for Easter at the same location. Among those present were 130 delegations, including world leaders and reigning monarchs. His coffin has now arrived in Rome's Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore, where he will be entombed in the Gold Basilica, which sits at the highest point of the Italian capital. In the meantime, while no clear successor to Pope Francis has been named and any baptized Catholic male is eligible, traditionally the Pope has been picked from within the College of Cardinals. Pope Francis's successor will likely be one of the 135 men under the age of 80 in the College of Cardinals. Some of the names he included were Cardinals Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State Matteo Zuppi, Luis Antonio Tagle, Robert Serra, and others. Ahead of Pope Francis's funeral, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and US President Donald Trump met inside St. Peter's Basilica on Saturday. The White House described the 15-minute meeting as very productive, and Zelensky said later they had managed to discuss a lot. The two leaders are said to have finally found some common ground after navigating quite the stormy period as of late, which plunged peace talks over Russia's invasion of Ukraine into crisis. After the meeting, the two men then walked down the steps of the Basilica and took their seats in the front row. Saturday's meetings are the first time the two leaders have met face-to-face since February after an unprecedented confrontation occurred in the Oval Office. At least 4 people have been killed and 500 more injured in a massive explosion on Saturday at a port near the southern Iranian city of Bandar Abbas. According to local media, at least 516 other people were injured in the blast. Iran's customs authority said the explosion occurred in the Sina container yard, blowing out the windows of nearby office buildings and causing the roof of at least one building to collapse. Authorities suggested that the blast was likely triggered by a fire in the depot where hazardous and chemical materials were stored. The cause of the blast, however, has yet to be determined. Videos on social media showed a huge plume of black smoke rising from the area of the explosion. Other footage showed damage to buildings and vehicles, as several people were also seen around the area attending to the injured. Switching to sports now, football, the Malaysia Cup final. Arif Aiman Muhammad Hanapi underlined his status as the country's best player, guiding Johor Darul Tazim JDT to a third consecutive Malaysia Cup title with a thrilling 2-1 win over Sri Pahang FC on Saturday night. The Southern Tigers, strong favourites before kickoff, were stunned by an early strike from Sri Pahang's T. Saravanan in the 14th minute. Tension boiled over when Sri Pahang's Sergio Aguero was sent off in the 35th minute for a reckless challenge on Herberti Fernandez. JDT made their numerical advantage count after the break, with Bergson da Silva calmly converting from the spot to level the scores. Parity in numbers was restored just 3 minutes later when JDT's Park Jun Hong was sent off for a second bookable offence after bringing down Nikola Ahapov. With both teams down to 10 men, the Southern Tigers turned up the pressure, and in the 74th minute, 4-time MVP Arif Aiman fired in the decisive winner. The victory completes a historic triple-quadruple for JDT, adding to their Super League, FA Cup, and Charity Shield triumphs this season. Turning to squash. It was a glorious day for Malaysians as 3 of our national players stormed into the semi-finals of 2 separate tournaments on Friday. In Zurich, Switzerland, as Siva Sanggari continued her fine form at the 2025 Grasshopper Cup, easing into the last 4 after brushing aside Egypt's Nada Abbas 11-6, 11-3 in just 15 minutes. The Kedah-born star, however, faces a tall order next as she is set to take on second seed Tina Gillis of Belgium. Over in Washington, D.C., Ng En Yao and Rachel Arnold were also on a roll, blazing into the semi-finals of the 2025 Squash on Fire Open. In the men's category, En Yao battled back from a game down to beat Egypt's Karim El Hamami 5-11, 11-8, 11-3, 11-3 in 50 minutes. He will now face another Egyptian, world number 55 Karim El Torki, for a place in the final. In the women's draw, Rachel breezed past Egypt's Nadine Shaheen 11-6, 11-7, 11-7 to book her semi-final spot. A tougher test awaits the Malaysian as she goes up against top seed Rowan El Arabi. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as Chinese automakers tout cinematic experiences and mini kitchens at the Shanghai Auto Show. With that, I'm Natasha Busst. Thank you for watching and stay safe.